Hey there, it's me, Spade. Dick Spade. I'm on a case. Or at least I'm looking for a case. I just got off a case in Markarth. A case of a haunted house that led to Molag Bal. And now I'm going to the city of Windhelm to take a break from all this sleuthing. I've heard Windhelm is a peaceful city that is romantic and snowy. Just the perfect little vacation in the Alps will just be perfect for me right now.
Horses, all day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
The dame was right. Horses can be dull. They can be very, very droll and boring. Except for when you're riding them in a race, then they're pretty cool.
You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
The first thing I encounter,
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help
these streets
Imperial spies.
are dirty though.
Imperial spies?
I can tell already.
Maybe
Filled with racists and thugs and
ways of finding out what you
women of ill repute. Now we're going. It's Spade. Dick Spade, private eye investigator in Skyrim. I just got off a case in Markarth, a case of a haunted house, which led to be an evil Daedra named Molag Bal. And now I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break from all my sleuthing, going to the snowy ski resort town of Windhelm, where I'm gonna kick back by the fire and maybe eat some donuts and drink some hot chocolate. Ah, those gates, so majestic.
Horses, all day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
The dame is right. Horses are not the brightest creatures that the Nine Divines green earth, but that's how it goes.
You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Oh my goodness. I could tell the dame needed help.
Dark elves, are you here to bully us and tell us to leave?
I just got here, lady. I don't know what your plight is. But I do not hate your people.
You've come to the wrong city then. Windhelm's a haven of
Though that's a very black and white question. You didn't really specify.
Such as you.
Looked like those Nords were giving you some trouble, and I always hate they see a dame in distress.
Nothing new there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us. But Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one.
Ah, Ralph. Looks like we'll have to keep an eye on our friend Ralph. Doesn't hold his drink very well. Then again, who does? But that's no excuse for making drunken declarations in the middle of the morning. Alright, we have this cozy inn here where I'm going to stay in Candlehearth Hall. Maybe get a drink. Maybe see some dames. Maybe get a drink and see some dames. But we'll find out.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor.
Elder Early Dawn was a little bit rough around the edges, but she had charm.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Mind you don't get fresh with Susanna. She plays the flirt, but it's just to get good tips.
So tell me, Elder Early Dawn, why do they call this a Candlehearth Hall?
Did you see the candle above the fire upstairs? It was lit 163 years ago, back when this building was the home of a grand warrior named Windheim.
Windheim, you say?
Pain that he'd fallen,
It reminds me
lit the
of a friend I used to know.
Nobody knows why it still burns.
Ended up with a dagger in his back. Do you have any food?
Sate that appetite,
With you? A bit of cheap ale and maybe some grilled chicken breast and grilled leeks would hit the spot. Also some fruit bass, carrot, bread, and apple pie, maybe some honey brewed mead and a horker loaf and some Nord mead and a sack of flour and some wine.
And
All right, babe. Let's grab a bite to eat here. She was the kind of gal that liked to cook. That was great, because I'm the kind of guy that likes to eat. All right. Love some bread, some pie, some apples for health reasons. Some grilled chicken breast for some protein, because detectives gotta have that good protein to get my energy going. Some grilled leeks, honey brewed mead, maybe a bit of a horker loaf, and Nord mead, and maybe a sack of flour and some wine.
for your stay, and don't break nothing.
I was feeling a bit bloated, but ready to go. Lots of energy to burn off from all those carbs. So I thought instead of getting a room just yet and relaxing and the hearth hall above, I thought I'd take a stroll. Burn off some of those calories. Snow. I'm sick of seeing snow. It's all Skyrim is. Why did I come to this place? What is there here for me? The alley's full of sus-looking dames.
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days?
Indeed, indeed. Although they are there to protect you, you know. Without soldiers, the roads would have robbers and thieves. Speaking of soldiers, there's a nice lady soldier that's keeping us protected. Alright, let's go down. Test the gate. This is, I think, the Red Quarter. Or the Grey Quarter.
I'm a sailor on the North Wind. We're laying over in Windhelm for a while.
We've got a fine sailor here. Makes me yearn for adventure, to get off this rock. Skyrim, they call it, and maybe solve some mysteries overseas. Maybe see a beautiful dame with some exotic tattoos and a hula dress. Maybe drink some pineapple pina coladas. Maybe learn to play the lute overseas. Alright, so let's go keep wandering around and see if we can burn off some more of these calories. The graveyard. Maybe a friend buried here. It's kind of rough in the detective business. Let's hope we don't come across anything unsavory while we're wandering around. Let's take a look at some of these tombstones. Maybe I'll recognize one of my friends.
The Imperials think we need their laws.
I own Hollyfrost Farm outside the city. It's honest work, if a bit dull.
I think I'll go rest up for the night.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes.
I'm a writer by trade. Not that the people of Skyrim do much reading.
He wasn't too far off. Though I have to admit, I've only read a detective novel or two in my time.
So what's the news
I
on the
write
street,
drama,
Captain?
friend. The legends and history of Skyrim, made to excite and inspire. Bard's College has been waiting for my latest work, Olaf and the Dragon, for weeks.
Yes. Very, very interesting.
The empire from this land that
That's for those eggheads. They're interesting for about 3 seconds, and then they just kind of trail off, talking about their latest novel. To me, unless a novel has two things, dames and adventure, it's not worth much to me. Also, maybe a good pina colada, shaken, not stirred. Alright, let's take a look and see if we can find quest to go on. Maybe a courier, maybe a poster.
Then it's true, what everyone is saying.
A young boy talking to strangers.
Doing the Black Sacrament, trying to summon.
Probably not that good of an idea.
Oh, Grimvar. I try to keep Grimvar safe, but these are dangerous times.
Indeed.
No, child, wait! That boy, that house, they are cursed.
It's cursed houses in Windhelm.
Spare a coin for an old woman, my lord.
Here you go. Just, even the beggars are pickpockets.
Oh,
When,
thank you.
when you're driven
Bless your kind heart.
to a life of crime, through poverty, it's hard. Too many left turns. Let's see. The snow in the middle of winter. Talk to the funeral owner and see if she's had any extra business being drummed up lately.
My job's simple enough. The dead don't really complain much.
Very true.
You should unload some of that unwanted gear. Head over to Sodri's used wares. Talk to the elf.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
still can't believe
The townsfolk
Isabella's
call me
gone.
captain because I used to
She
be a
was such
sailor.
a helpful young lass.
Murders, you say? I don't believe it. Here I ran to get away from trouble, and trouble seems to always find me.
Terrible shame that. Seems we have a killer on the loose here in Windhelm. He's
You don't
claimed
say.
victims that I know of, though maybe there's more that haven't been found yet. All lovely ladies too. Let's hope the gods find that demon soon and introduce him to the headman's axe.
Sounds like there's a Jack the Ripper with a lot on his mind wandering the streets, trying to satiate his hunger for blood.
Fair winds and calm seas. I lost my family years ago. Truth is, I don't terrible shame that. Seems we have a killer on the loose here in Windhelm. He's claimed 3 victims that I know of, though maybe there's more that haven't been found yet. All lovely ladies too. Let's hope the gods find the demon.
He has a type.
and introduce him to the headman's axe.
Indeed, indeed. Well, who are the prominent citizens? Maybe one of them is the murderer.
There's an author named Adonato staying at the inn. He's published a few works of historical fiction.
We just spoke to him. He's kind of dull.
See most of the gold that passes through the city. And obviously you have Ulfric, the Jarl and future High King. Oh, and that busybody Viola Giordano. She's got her nose in everyone's business.
Maybe Giordano's
Prominent.
aware of the murderer.
If you're looking to pass the time, you can give Calixto a few septims and gawk at whatever oddity he's come across lately. If you're in need of goods, there's a market. If it's a soft bed and a hot meal you're after, there's Candlehearth Hall. It was a pleasure to talk to someone so interesting.
Got some fresh baked bread and
Well, I think we're gonna rent a room and get some shut-eye, and we'll look into these murders in the morning.
I'll show you to your room.
Hopefully we don't wake up with a knife in our bed. Candlehearth was cozy, but
Anything else you need?
a little sus.
Every night, I walk around the gray quarters.
Ah, beautiful song.
I think of them.
Yes?
Nothing like a good old tune to kind of ease the nerves, especially when there's talk of murder.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Do you know the Dragonborn comes?
Yes. Hmm?
I mean, can you play the Dragonborn
What can I
comes?
do for you? Yes.
She seemed a little uneasy,
This
but she was willing to
a legend
acquiesce to my request.
Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the dragon
We ought to dig a big
comes
hole. Throw all
with
them
a
dark elves
voice-wielding
and
power
Argonians.
of the ancient Nord
Tear each
art.
other to pieces.
Believe,
I still can't believe Isabella's gone. She was such a helpful young lass.
Ain't that the way when you try to listen to a song, everyone wants to talk to you?
beware, beware, the dragonborn comes. For the
Looks like the captain was getting a little sauced. All these murders must be getting to him.
you'll know the dragonborns come.
The clapping was very light and lethargic, but I think she did well. And there's the candle of the Candlehearth Hall. Seems a little corny looking at it now, but it's definitely a interesting idea at any rate. Maybe if not as imaginative, but
Every night, I walk around the gray quarter and let them grayskins know what I think of them.
this town definitely has some racial tension going on. They're making you very aware of all the time. Okay, Elda Early Dawn. What have you heard of these murders?
Bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat.
Ah, yes, it's about time for me to retire to my room. get some sleep. But first, close the door in case there's any murderers out there. So, I don't know if that's it seems a little high for a chamber pot. I'm assuming that's a wash basin. Do I have a chamber pot? Just this basket will have to do. Maybe I'll have to hollow out this drum. I don't know. It's gonna be a rough night.